572-4610. Wood, you're on In the Loop. Go ahead.
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing? Hey, I want to let you know, Landry, and you and Lopez, y'all been talking about trading Deshaun, and even Lopez was talking about the possibility of cutting Deshaun. During these type of situations here, I'm looking at this like, this is my son, my daughter. They put themselves in a bad position. Now you got to handle this position. You got to deal with what's going on. You don't just disown your kids. We're not just going to disown Deshaun. What we're going to do is we're going to work through this. The organization, they need to reach out. Once again, talking about the head coach, not Jack Easterby. We don't want him reaching out. Talking about the head coach, you need to reach out to Deshaun. Let him know. We know right now it's a tough time. We know he's going through a lot of things. Now, when it comes down to his image, don't worry about your image. You know, things. Don't worry about your endorsements, sponsorships, anything like this. Just like Ray Lewis, just like Michael Vick, what you're going to do is you're going to deal with the problem here, let the legal things go through. Then once you're going to come back, you're going to apologize to the young ladies and to everyone out here what's going on, that you really didn't realize it was going to go to this level. And now you're going to get back out here. You're going to start playing ball. You're going to let your abilities take over, and you're going to concentrate on playing football. Once you get back into the league after your suspension, then you're able to start mending those fences as far as endorsements. And it's going to take time. You know, and things of that nature. You know, your image, that is going to take a hit right now. But in time, you're going to show you're a better man for this. Look at Ray Lewis, the type of man he has become, you know, with all the things he had to go through. You know, same thing as Michael Vick. But the thing is, you have to let young people realize when you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You can't get through this. You just don't all of a sudden say, well, maybe we need to move on from Deshaun. Maybe we can still get something for him. Maybe we can cut him and move. No. What we're going to do is stick with him. Let him know we can move on.
Well, the problem is, and I agree with you, because, you know, 25, you're far from a finished product. So I agree. But the problem is he'd moved on from the Texans before this even came up. So it's not like the Texans are all of a sudden just saying, we want nothing to do with them. We were talking for months about Deshaun wanting nothing to do with the Texans. He wasn't talking to them, and he wanted out.
I understand that part. And now Deshaun have to look in the mirror because he was in a glass house throwing rocks, you know, and things of this nature. Now he has to also understand he has to ask for forgiveness. He has to also ask people to forgive him. Now he has to come to the Texans and say, you know what? We all have made mistakes in our lives. You know, hey, I'm not looking to move forward anymore. I'm looking to stay right here and show that I can overcome all these things that have happened.
Well, that's some wisdom right there, Wood. I appreciate you, man. That's a good way. That's a good way of looking at it. That's a hell of a counter right there. That's some good stuff. Jerry Reynolds, proud of him. He did his homework before, Figgy. I feel.
And I do appreciate your phone call, and I wish you the best. I hope you have a happy New Year.
I like that reference right there. Throwing stones in his glass house. The Deshaun Watson reference, because whatever was going on or wasn't going on, I saw a change in Deshaun after he signed that deal. I saw a change in the stuff that Deshaun was saying. The guy who went from, let me give my check to these two cafeteria workers, to the guy who was saying, separate yourselves from people in your circle that are trying to work the 9 to 5. I don't know if Deshaun's going to look at it that way, but he's looking at things differently in some way, shape, or form. I just don't know if he's looking at the Texans as an organization different. And I don't necessarily know that he should, because if his initial inclinations were he just didn't like the way the Texans organization had functioned the last couple of years, I don't know how I can dispute that as someone who's been there from the very beginning.
Do you think it's a good idea for him to go back and say, like the caller said, hey, apologize, I made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I want to be here now.
Mistake for what? Being right? I mean, look at how this organization has been running things. Like he was, I
think he was saying as far as his whatever's going on now, the allegations.
Oh, the allegations.
Right. So
I thought you were talking about him wanting